You know, Call of Duty has always been a gaming series that has really intrigued me. Now, I know what you're gonna say. It's a basic FPS with little to no original ideas. How does that intrigue you? Well, that's the intriguing part. Call of Duty is as basic as it gets when it comes to gameplay, yet somehow there's something unique about it. A feeling that you can't really get from any other FPS series. Regardless, it goes without saying that I'm a huge Call of Duty fanboy, and that is a little funny to say regarding the toxic behavior that comes from most of the Call of Duty fanbase, but it's true. I love Call of Duty. The question remains, what is your favorite Call of Duty series? Well, I'm pretty sure I'm not alone here, but before October 17, 2018, I would easily have to say the Black Ops series. Treyarch is a fantastic studio that has developed some of my favorite games such as Spider-Man 2 and many others. They began working on Call of Duty games for Activision, and their first one was Call of Duty 3, and yeah, I never played it. But I did play the next game, which was Call of Duty World at War. I f***ing love this game. Seriously, it's perfect. The campaign really does make you feel like you're in World War II, and just the main menu alone provides an easy feeling when starting the game. The graphics were great at the time and still do hold up decently to this day. Unfortunately, I did not have a good time with the multiplayer. Now, before I go any further, I think the multiplayer was awesome and really well done. With that being said, the reason I didn't have a good time with it was because by the time I got the game, the multiplayer was basically dead, and all that remained was an annoying majority of hackers and modders. Seriously, how is it fun to play a game like that? I bet that would be incredibly boring. Anyways though, now for the bonus feature, which later turned to a must-have for every Call of Duty installment, well, recent one at that, Nazi zombies. It's no secret that zombies is my favorite part of Treyarch games. Everything from the unique map setups, the wonder weapons, the amazing story, before a certain map ruined it all, and a kick-ass soundtrack. So yeah, World at War was a well-crafted masterpiece. So obviously Treyarch sat back and relaxed at their game's success, knowing they could never make a game that's better than World at Psych! In 2007, Treyarch released Black Ops. 9 years later, and in my opinion, this is easily the best one in the entire Call of Duty series. The campaign was nothing short of spectacular, the multiplayer was an improved version of World at Wars, and the zombies? Easily the best zombie season ever. This was the game that expanded the storyline into a whole nother realm of creativity, and I tried to find something wrong with this game, but you can't. This game is just perfect. So after their best work yet, they released Black Ops 2 in late 2012. And this is where the series sort of gets shaky for me. The campaign was sweet and pretty well told, and is currently the only Call of Duty campaign to have multiple endings and alternative outcomes. But the story was just not on the same level as the first one to me. The multiplayer was an expanded version of Black Ops 1's, which meant it was obviously amazing. And the zombies, oh boy. Okay, imagine you're taking a poop, right? And in that poo, you found a diamond that was worth millions. That's cool and all, but the poop is still kind of disgusting, meaning you're glad it happened, but the situation itself is still gross. Now imagine everything in Black Ops 2 Zombies, including Transit, Die Rise, Nuketown, and Buried was the poop, and Marvel of the Dead and Origins was the diamond. That's the best comparison I can make. Transit is Transit, Die Rise has over 1 million ways to die in it, Nuketown is annoying, and Buried's way too easy. The zombie season in Black Ops 2 was terrible, but that's kinda hard to say when it gave me my favorite zombies map of all time, Mob of the Dead. This map was brilliant, with a dark and spooky atmosphere, a great soundtrack, amazing Easter eggs, an awesome wonder weapon, and an interesting storyline that differs from the current one, but still maintains its own identity. But what about Origins? Yeah, I know it's a fan favorite, but I really don't like it. This map is where the story goes to absolute shit. They bring back all of our beloved characters from World at War and Black Ops 1, and they somehow make these fun characters boring. Tank Dempsey is no longer the hot-headed gunslinging maniac, and now he's just a gunslinger. Rick Toffin is no longer the crazy mad scientist, but he's just a scientist. Nikolai is no longer the funny drunk Russian, he's just a Russian. And Takeo, yeah, I'll admit he's cooler. But these new versions of our characters are no longer fun, they're just boring. As for the map itself, sure, it's big, but it's nothing special. There's mud everywhere that prevents you from going anywhere, the robots are annoying, the staffs are annoying to get, and this is where the story becomes an overly complicated, convoluted mess. The intro is admittedly the best zombie intro yet. But yeah, so Black Ops 2 is a good game, and after that, Sharek released Black Ops 3 in late 2015. Yeah, I hate this game. Sure, the game looks beautiful, but the campaign is dumb with a variety of unlikable characters. Some people say the campaign is hated because people don't understand it, but trust me, I understand it. I watched multiple videos explaining the mess of a story, and in order to fully understand it without watching a video, you have to read the comic book series. I didn't even know this existed. But yeah, the story is terrible and has nothing to do with Black Ops. The multiplayer was fine with an improved Advanced Warfare exosystem, but the supply drops came in and ruined the game by giving people overpowered weapons by luck, allowing them to get easy kills with little to no skill. The maps are terrible in layout and are boring. The guns are not balanced. I'm looking at you, Brecky. And yeah, the multiplayer was a major step down from the last game. So what about the zombies? I can't really judge it. Why can I not judge it? I don't know, maybe because I didn't even want to buy the season pass. Seriously, I didn't. I hated this game that much. I can judge the following though, because I have played them. First is Shadows of Evil. I hate this map. The characters are all unlikable crooks, the quest to get Pack-a-Punch is way too hard, I heard the Easter egg was near impossible, and the map is too tight and offers almost no training spots. The Giant. Basically just a more beautiful looking Darius. Icing Drac. That name is still fun to say. A actual good map. But yeah, that's all I play, but I can judge the story considering I watched all of the cutscenes and some analyzing videos, and wow. The story's complexity is put into overdrive. And no, that's not a good thing. The story is way too complicated to understand, and I should not have to rely on external sources to understand what's going on. And yeah, I did hear bad things about Zetsubo and Revelation, so I think it's safe to assume that my opinion on this game is understandably negative. This game sucks, and after playing this I was kind of hopeful. I was sure that the worst had passed and the next Sharek game could only go up from here. Even with this garbage game in the mix, I could still call myself a Black Ops fan without losing any of my pride. But not for long. So basically, this far, I thought World at War was awesome, Black Ops 1 was a masterpiece, Black Ops 2 was pretty good, and Black Ops 2 was utter garbage. But I did not buy Black Ops 4 this year. Well, technically last year. And I know what some of you may say, how can you judge a game if you haven't even played it? Well, imagine looking at poop, right? Wow, I'm making a lot of poop comparisons. And you haven't touched it, but you just know you don't want to because it looks and smells disgusting. That's my stance with Black Ops 4. And you have to take into account that I did not play the Blackout in the... And you have to take into account that I did play the Blackout in the multiplayer beta. So where do I even start with this game? Well, the cutscenes look good, and yes, there is a reason I said the cutscenes look good instead of the game itself, but I'll get into that later. But I should go ahead and say something that has been said already, but some of you Black Ops fans will roll their eyes at how many times it's been mentioned, but it's still a major complaint of mine. There is no campaign, and instead it has been placed by Battle Royale. This still pisses me off, because me and a bunch of other fans like campaigns. It's one of the things I'm always looking forward to in a Call of Duty game. Sharek stated that the reasoning behind this decision was because they wanted more replayability in the game. You know what? I understand. No matter how good a campaign is, I usually never come back to it because there's nothing else to do. But why couldn't you just make the campaign replayable? Here are some ideas. Put co-op back in. Black Ops 3 was my least favorite campaign, but I came back to it a lot because there was some fun to be had with friends. Imagine co-op in a good campaign. That would be awesome. What if you made it to where you do stuff in a campaign and you get exclusive rewards for stuff you do, and then it crosses over to multiplayer or even zombies? That would encourage multiplayer fans to come back to the campaign to collect unlockables that would benefit them in other major components of the game. That's replayability. And no, the useless unlockables from World War II do not count. So while screwing campaign fans over, they decided to bring in a battle royale. We have Fortnite, H1Z1, and PUBG, games that are free on certain consoles. Who would pay $60 for it? Oh my god, people actually spent their money on this pile of garbage? Why? Stuff like this just causes me to lose hope within the gaming community. But you know what? It's okay. Nothing else in this game could piss me off as much as this stupid, are you kidding me? What is this? So on top of pissing off campaign fans, they bring in these stupid random objectives that you can complete to get a story cutscene. Note that this game takes place in between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, meaning they have access to all the characters left over from Black Ops 2. I don't know how because of the multiple endings left over from the previous game, but what follows is just an insult. All of this fanfic garbage that Treyarch thought up last second is canon. Black Ops 2 is canon, but at least it was its own individual story that doesn't plague the last two stories, or at least not majorly. This game's story not only uses Black Ops 2's characters, but also explains some of the secrets and mysteries that made Black Ops 2 stories so enjoyable. No! If you're not going to bother with a campaign, then why must you try to ruin the previous stories that came before it at the same time? Jesus, I'm only halfway through this review. Okay, multiplayer. Finally, gameplay I can judge because I was able to try it out. The multiplayer removes the jetpacks, which is a step up, but then the multiplayer takes a step down when they buff everyone's HP. Why? That way it takes even longer to kill someone, which hurts the fast-paced aspect of the Call of Duty formula. Oh, and they added in specialists. You know, this game is not trying to be Call of Duty, and instead it's trying to be another successful FPS game, but you know, I just can't put my finger on it. Oh, and all these specialists are either Rainbow Six Siege clones or recycled specialists from Black Ops 3. The maps look terrible. Instead of being colorful and vibrant like Black Ops 3's maps, they're just colorless and dull. Yeah, the multiplayer sucks. Now for the zombies. I know I can't really judge the zombies because I haven't played it, but I can judge the story because I have seen what it has to offer thus far. The Chaos's crew stories honestly look promising. It's refreshing to have a new campaign with new characters instead of them continuing to butcher our other favorite. Nope! Now Primus and the original are going to team up in order to take down... Jesus, this story is just so fanfiction. There's no way that it's not. And then the Chaos crew gets their heads severed? What? You know what? I'm done. I've played every single Call of Duty game except the classics and Black Ops 4. I'm not just a blind hater. I genuinely care about the series, and I want to see Call of Duty evolve into something more than a joke. But unfortunately, that's all it is. A joke. A shell of what it formerly was. But yeah, guys, that's all for... Wait, no, I almost forgot. I can't believe I almost forgot to explain the Black... No, I didn't script this in my review. No, I'm not letting this go. Holy crap, I forgot to talk about the Black Ops Pass. Oh boy, let's continue. So when this game was announced, it was available for $60 so that people could buy it and then buy the season pass later. So understandably, a lot of Call of Duty fans bought the game hoping that they were going to be able to get the season pass. You know, not hoping, expecting. But no. Then they released a deluxe edition, like, what, a month or two later? That basically is the only way to get the Black Ops Pass. So if you bought the game as soon as it was announced, you had to pay another $100 to just buy the right edition. That is $160. Are you kidding me? And then the Black Ops Pass, basically, if you played any of the previous Call of Duties and you wanted to try out a DLC, you could look at it, see if it looked promising, and then get it. And then if a DLC 1 was good and DLC 2 looked trash, you could just skip DLC 2 and go to DLC 3. That's really understandable, but no, Activision Trail just continues to screw it up more. Now, the Black Ops Pass contains all of the DLCs, and there's no way to get the DLCs by themselves, which means it's all or nothing. So either you have to wait till the end of the season to see if it's worth buying, or just blindly buy it and just hope that the maps aren't trash. Are you kidding me? This has got to be the most scammiest thing I've ever seen. This is worse than EA, for Christ's sake. So how is this not getting talked about? Oh yeah, because it's Black Ops, and everybody just ignores all of the flaws the Black Ops series has. So yeah, everyone, that was why I skipped out on Call of Duty this year. And you know what? F you, Activision. I'm done. Have a great day, everyone. I hope you guys have enjoyed this rant. If you have, then please like and subscribe. And if you agree with me, make sure to comment down below. And if you disagree and you have a point you would like to make, just don't be toxic with it. And please comment down below. I enjoy listening to you guys' criticism. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.